Of the City of Monona Finance and Personnel Committee. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Alder Wood.
Here.
Alder Holmquist.
Here.
Mayor O'Connor.
Here. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the December 4th meeting?
So moved. Second, I remember that far back.
Yeah. Any corrections or additions? All in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. There are no appearances. There is no unfinished business. Item 6A under new business, consideration of resolution 18-1-2230 requesting exemption from the county library tax.
Move approval. Second.
This is something that we should have done this fall, and it kind of fell through the cracks, but Ryan has checked and they will accept it like tomorrow. So anyway, that's why we're doing it now.
And if I remember right, this is just allows us
To accept the money from the county, right? It's basically saying that we spend more than we would be, or that what we would have to pay for the county. If we didn't have a library, we'd have to pay county library tax. That enables us to borrow money, or would enable us to use other libraries, yeah, but we exceed that, and,
We're over the threshold.
yeah, so. Anything else? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 6B, consideration of resolution 18-1-2229, purchase approval of one current model year 3/4 ton pickup truck with plow. Is there a motion to approve?
move approval.
Second.
Mr. Stefani.
Thank you, Mayor. In your packet, you've got the resolution, the fiscal note, and the information for the pickup truck. Please note that this will go to the Public Works Committee meeting tomorrow night for recommended approval, and tonight at first reading for council. The agenda is start for immediate action. I'm not requesting immediate action on that. So we'll be back for the second reading, January 16th. In any case, the 2016 capital budget has $36,000 allocated for this purchase. It is for the replacement of a 2005 Chevy 2500 pickup truck with a plow. We will be purchasing through the state contract. Ewald Automotive Group is providing the vehicle. It's an F-250 Super Duty pickup truck with a plow, 8.5-foot V-plow, for a price tag of $31,990. Some of the other information that's in the packet, did a price breakdown. We've got CNG pricing through the state contract as well, and that's indicated here. Had pricing for the Ford F-250 as well as the Dodge. The Chevrolet truck did not offer the CNG package through the state contract. So the difference between the gas and the CNG was just under $8,000. And according to the MG&E CNG calculator, and then there's a CNG calculator that was online, I think they're pretty equal. About 191 years to pay back that cost difference based on current pricing for gasoline and CNG fuel. Nothing really fancy about this pickup truck. It's a straightforward F-250 V8 with an 8-foot box. It has the, I believe, the XL package with the plow. It has the heavy alternator in the towing package, so, or the snowplow truck package. But a pretty straightforward truck.
Any questions? I have one. The cost of the CMG upfit, is that if we were to buy a gas version and upgrade it to CNG, or?
No, the cost that you see here, Mary, that $8,245, that's to come with the CNG unit installed from the factory. An aftermarket upfit, based on what we did a few years ago, that was around $13,000.
I'm not clear on the difference between the 7897, that's the difference between the price of the two,
Mm-hmm.
and then the cost of the upfit.
Right. And the difference, if you look in the specification itself, that's where that 8245, I believe is. That 79 or 7897, that's the difference in the price tags. The state contract discount is
Right.
different for the level of vehicle. So,
The 8245 is what it costs to convert it to a,
is to add that package through from the dealership.
okay.
It would be more for an aftermarket
Okay.
add-on. I think the price tag we had a few years ago was like $12,500.
Because we did convert one.
Yeah, we converted the maintenance truck.
And this is sort of, I don't know if it's related or not, but did you, you sent out an email, we got something from MG&E that they want to discontinue the CNG?
MG&E,
Or is that-
MG&E is discontinuing their CNG program,
Okay,
their pump stations.
okay.
I don't know if they're going to change out their fleet, if they're going to buy CNG from somewhere else, I don't know that. It was just a news article that they had put out,
Okay.
so.
Doug?
Do they sell hybrids in this type of vehicle?
I don't believe so. I haven't come across it at this level of truck.
Okay.
I know at the half-ton level, there is a company making an electric truck, but I think that price tag was like $52,000. It's not one of our standard manufacturers. It was a different company. But I haven't seen a hybrid pickup truck for this level of truck.
Okay. Well, and thank you for doing the analysis. Very helpful.
Anything else? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
Motion passes, thank you. Next item is item 6C, consideration of resolution number 18-1-2231, amending the 2018 operating budget to expand funds available for the merit payment. I explained a little bit about this last time, where the library salaried and permanent part-time employees had not been considered eligible for merit, and I think we all agreed that there wasn't any reason why they shouldn't be. But since we've had the same amount in the pot for a while, this would be adding a potential maybe 10 more people that we would need to increase the amount that we had budgeted for merit. So I just did some kind of rough estimating on my own. I came up with a figure of taking $3,300 from fund balance and adding it to the merit, the pool of money available for merit payment for 2018, and that was based on, I took a look at what the average distributions were to other employees, and what did I figure? It was about 60% of the total amount of money that staff were eligible for is what we distributed. So I took a 60% of what library staff would be eligible for, the total, and that came out, which would be about $5,500, and that came to about $3,300. So that's, if someone has a different way of coming up with a number, that's fine. I kind of just tried to base it on what we had done in the past and figured we'd probably be giving out about the same amounts this year. So obviously it can vary from person to person. I guess Joan, we didn't have a motion to approve this, did we?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I move approval.
Second.
Aye.
And I thought I read in here, the fund balance is coming from the general fund balance or the library fund balance?
The general fund balance.
And the other maybe question or comment had to do with, I think part of the discussion we had was this will allow us to kind of deal with what's in front of us now, but the idea of consideration about how do we compensate and do different types of compensation going forward. I think that was part of the conversation of like how do we kind of deal with what's in front of us, but then look at compensation and
and fringe benefits, I think we had discussed taking a broader look at everything in the context of that discussion about the paid family leave. So I think this is obviously something that should be taken a look at as well. We did ask staff for input. I did get an email from Dan, which I'd be happy to share with you too, if that's okay with you, Dan, with his thoughts about merit pay. So, but yeah, we will be, I think, at some point this year, discussing fringe benefits, and this will be part of that. So this hopefully will help us at least take care of the immediate, because we probably should have made all these decisions in December, but things have gotten a little.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Opposed? Motion passes. And the final item is approving the checks for December 1st through the 28th. And Mark?
Yeah.
Some.
I don't think my sheet I have will match up to what you have, so I'm just going to start at the first invoice register page, and have page 1 at the top. That's what I'm going to be going by. Just a couple of things. I'm not going to hit a lot of these, because a lot of these are just same repetitions. Alex Exley Burleson at the very bottom of page 1. It's just a lot of the costs that Bill's been working on for the year.
Could I add that, I think that's the one that was covered 3 months,
Yeah.
correct? So it's not just 1 month.
Thank goodness, yeah.
Majority
I figured you'd ask.
Majority of that does relate to the riverfront project. What else? Page 8.
Mark?
Yeah, go.
I'm sorry, I had a question on page 2, I guess.
Sure.
I was just curious what kind of uniforms we buy from Budget Signs and Specialties. $2,696?
Yeah, that'd be for fire department. I'm not sure what type of uniforms they are. I can look into it.
I guess I didn't know they,
They do logos.
oh, so
So
it'd
they
be,
researched logos several years ago and came up, providers, and came up with this.
so they put the logo on all the uniforms? Okay. Thank
Mark,
you.
back up to our legal, the general municipal, I read it wrong. No, it's making sense now. No question.
Page 8, Reiner Fire Equipment Services, basically, it says ambulance repair, but it's actually for the fire department trucks. So that's just, they get expensive when they go on and get repaired. Kind of further down on that, Speedway Sand and Gravel, just finishing up the MSC project, which is pretty much the relocate is done. Page 9, as you can see, here's a lot of projects that Strand's working on for us. When you see 412, you see that's Riverfront, and 400s are capital projects areas.
And a lot of that was for the MMSD project, so it's capturing the bulk of them here.
Yeah. Page 14, kind of just sitting on the engineers. Harris Associates, they're working on 20 Watha, Husker Park, and Wildhaven Park. That'll be for 17 capital, or 18 capital, there'll be some projects coming. Page 17, Liftoff LLC, that's our required license we have to have for our Office Outlook licenses. That is budgeted every year. Page 18, MG&E, just our MG&E cost for the year. Page 19, Monona Bank is our credit card. Page 23, Tyson's Printing. This is the cost to print the newsletter.
Does that include mailing costs as well, or just printing?
Yes, because they do all that too for
Okay.
us. Page 25 again, back to the legal costs. This is just 1 month right here for Axley Relson. 25, Hamburg, we finished, I think that's the second last invoice, and there's a little bit of cleanup, otherwise that project completely done. Page 29, just capital underground, just a lot of this is capital related, so we had some hydrant replacement, which program, sewer repairs, and some main valve repairs, so a lot of that's capital related and some of it's just water related. So 600 accounts, you see next to it 600, there's water, 400 under capital areas. That's all I have.
Mark, I just have, why are all these tax overpayments, where does that come from?
Where's that come from?
Yeah, are those people who had their property reassessed, or?
No.
Or what is, they just accidentally paid too much? or-
Yeah, well, no, a lot of them have escrow checks. So
Oh,
the
okay.
escrow checks were based on last year's usually, and some people's taxes did go down.
Okay,
So some people's, their assessments didn't go up, and some of those people's bills actually went down. Overall, because the state went up the tax bill, and school tax credit was higher this year, so.
okay, I was
We
just
cut
curious.
those every year.
Okay,
You'll see a lot more.
Yeah,
Yeah, this year.
there'll be lots to come.
Last year, we probably had maybe 10 total, this year it's like more.
okay.
I have a question.
Doug?
This is page 25, Gunta Law Offices for a small amount, but for a deposition for MODOF, I thought that was done and resolved.
Yeah,
Since
that's
then,
what
yeah.
I thought too, so I had to do some inquiries on this because I thought it was very odd. So I inquired with CIVMIC and with Bill. Apparently, somebody must have done an audit of all their invoices and found this one to be unpaid, but I did clear it with CIVMIC before I cut the
Okay.
check, because
That's kind of what I
of course,
thought.
it was way before my time anyway. I thought, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
But I did check with
Okay.
CIVMIC.
That's
Anything
all I
else,
have.
you? Any other questions? Is there a motion to approve the bills?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor of paying the bills, say aye.
All
Aye.
right.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Move
All right.
adjournment, right?
Yep.
I'll move adjournment.
That was too quick.
Yeah. All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Opposed? All right.